Sean Salisbury here for Open Sports. Well, the second game of the playoffs kind of turned out different than we expected, just like the first one. Atlanta in the early game, we talked about, obviously got beat by Arizona. I think many people felt they'd win, and most people felt that the Indianapolis Colts would take care of the San Diego Chargers. Both teams hot going into this playoff game. And I've been extremely critical of the Chargers all year long until December, and they did a great job of chasing the Broncos down. But the Chargers now in this playoff game finally look like the Chargers were supposed to look like when the season started, when a lot of people had them going and winning the Super Bowl. Well, I've been critical all the way up until December and even into December because I still didn't trust the Chargers. Well, you better start to trust them now, and I'm starting to feel like I should trust them now because they went on a December roll, took care of their business at home, were able to overcome a Sproles fumble in the end zone, a Phillip Rivers interception in the end zone, and other than that, and a Reggie Wayne where the defense got caught off guard with the big home run play. Other than that, the Chargers hit. They got after it. They stuffed the Colts run game that hasn't been any good other than the Arizona Cardinals. They're the worst in football, and it didn't get much better in the game against the Chargers. Peyton Manning did what Peyton does. He was efficient, threw the ball all over the field, but it wasn't enough to overcome the Chargers, whose defense got after it, put some pressure on, and did a good job of forcing field position. Let's give Mike Cyphers, the punter for the Chargers, a ton of credit. Backing the Colts up, backing the Colts up, backing the Colts up. And every time he did, and the Chargers got the ball on the Colts half of the field because of special teams play by Mike Cyphers, guess what? Or by Darren Sproles, the Chargers were converting it into points. So spectacular special teams effort on the Chargers' part in this football game also. So it was a great all-around effort for the Chargers. Rivers didn't play a great game, and he'll play better as it goes on. Actually, the guy who's been carrying him all year long offensively didn't have his best game. And the guy who's been the backup running back all year long, Darren Sproles, carried the football team to the tune of 300-plus total yards when you talk about combined yards of special teams receiving and rushing. Unbelievable performance for the 5'6" Darren Sproles, who was a free agent at the end of this season. But the Chargers took care of it. They're moving on to either Pittsburgh or to Nashville to play the Tennessee Titans. Their work will be cut out for them, but you got to give Norv Turner credit. A couple things in the game for the way he overcame all the adversity and all the talk about him and his football team, me included, able to overcome it and get his football team in position now to win one more game and then to have themselves staring in the AFC Championship game and then possibly being in the Super Bowl in Tampa where, like I said, many expected him. A couple things in the game that I thought were mistakes by the Colts. One in particular, when you're up 17-14 and Darren Sproles, who has one of the great return people in this game, and you're punting from the back of your end zone when the Chargers have no timeouts, and you're punting from the back of your end zone, knowing no matter how good the kick is, and it was a 60-plus yard kick by Hunter Smith, the punter, to get it, and then Darren Sproles takes it, gets it all the way down to the 38-yard line. So all you need basically is one completion to get in field goal range. The Chargers got it down there and tied the game. I thought it was a terrible mistake not to take a safety and make it 17-16. People will say, well, then a field goal would have won the game. Yes, but then if you take a safety, you get to kick it from the 20, back them all the way up, and then let's say they get the ball at the 30, and with no timeouts, they're going to need more completions. They were in field goal range with one simple play after not taking the safety and the punt out of the end zone, even after a 60-plus yarder. I thought that was a major mistake by the Colts in the football game, and obviously we'd say commit to the run, but you know what? They can't commit to something that's not getting done. And they did it. You know, the Chargers defense deserves credit. And Ron Rivera, who took over, like I said, as the season was going along for Teddy Cottrell, did an awesome job. The Chargers put it together. When you get all three phases, offense working, even though they didn't play great, they got it done, and Darren Sproles played great. The defense working, and they were spectacular other than a few plays, and special teams played awesome throughout the game, hitting people and taking care of their business. So the Chargers move on. Many of us felt, and I did, that the Colts were a Super Bowl caliber team. The win streak stops. Peyton Manning can get a haircut now, and the Chargers are moving on. Could the Chargers actually carry this momentum into the Super Bowl? Is the AFC back to being strong and dominant? We're going to find out if the AFC and the Chargers can continue to compete, but they're going to have to put another complete game together for two well-rested teams, either Pittsburgh or Tennessee next week. I'm Sean Salisbury for Open Sports. A great day in our first day of the NFL playoffs. Have a great one.
Think you can complete the drive? Play today and get an automatic entry to win daily prizes, 2 tickets to the big game, and a brand new car. Start your drive today at opensports.com.